Where is Buckhorn's playground equipment? We answer that question coming up. Plus, what does it take to train a turtle to race? We tell you how one little girl and her turtle trained for the City of Jackson's big event this 4th of July.
And there's been a change in the advisory map from the last hour. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
On Mountain News at 6, school officials say they now know where the missing Buckhorn playground equipment is located. It's in the hands of its buyers. Officials posted on social media Thursday afternoon saying a construction contractor informed them the playground was removed. School officials were later informed the city had sold the equipment through an authorized bid. In a second social media post, school officials wrote, quote, "This was not a case of stolen property, but a question of ownership and communication," end quote. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office is asking for help identifying theft suspects who reportedly broke into several cars on July 3rd. Take a look at these photos. The break-ins happened near Jackson-Fairston Road. If you have any information about a possible suspect, you are asked to contact the Laurel County Sheriff's Office at 606-864-6600. A Corbin woman is dead after 3 cars crashed in London. Officials with the London Police Department said the crash happened Sunday afternoon on Kentucky 192 near Community Trust Bank. Phyllis Darlene Hale, 56, died at the University of Kentucky Hospital due to her injuries. At least 9 other people were in the vehicles involved, including 5 children. The children were all injured. The other adults identified included 1 man from Corbin and 3 other people from London. People are asking for your help. Police are asking for your help to stop illegal dumping in Louisa. Officers posted pictures to social media that appear to show furniture and mattresses dumped near the St. Jude thrift store. Police said illegal dumping not only tarnishes the beauty of our community, but also poses serious environmental and health risk. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Louisa Police Department at 606-638-4058. Record expungement can reopen several opportunities for those looking to have charges removed. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox talked with community members about how expungement helps people get back on their feet.
Removing something from your record often requires patience. Kentucky law says a person must have no new convictions in the last 5 years before applying. The waiting period can lead to barriers.
Criminal records create barriers to education, housing. Sometimes you can't go on field trips with your children.
Housing can be one of the biggest barriers. Jeremy Yeary says a previous lifestyle shut doors for him.
So it costed a rough process on being able to find a place to live, whenever I got out of treatment.
Employment can be another barrier.
It's more judgmental, if they ask somebody that doesn't have any charges, then somebody that does have charges, who would they pick?
Expungement helps remove those barriers, giving folks like Yeary and Stamper another chance.
You're trying to change your life and get some type of foundation back underneath your feet. You need someone that's willing to give you a chance.
A recent change state law states someone can get multiple felonies expunged at once. Some are pushing for automatic expungement.
I think it should be an opportunity for anyone. After so long, it should just go off your record.
People on probation or parole are typically not eligible for expungement under current state law. And Hazard Channel Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
While most Class D felonies can be expunged in Kentucky, Class A, B, and C felonies cannot be expunged. A prominent Laurel County entrepreneur has died. Garth Rex Greer was well known for his work in the highway business. He helped Elmo Greer and Sons LLC construct highways from Pennsylvania to Arkansas. Greer also gave his expertise to the Board of Kentucky Association of Highway Contractors for nearly a decade, and he served as the president and chairman of the First National Bank of Manchester until his passing. He was 85 years old.
Okay, so when you joined me at the last hour, we were talking about the severe thunderstorm watch that was in effect until 7 o'clock. Well, the National Weather Service office in Jackson has just released the information that the severe thunderstorm watch that was in effect has now been allowed to expire. So we have no severe thunderstorm watches in effect at this time. We still have the flood advisories, though, in effect. Here's a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar right now. We are seeing a little bit of rain just to the south and east of Pikeville, but the big story is still off towards the west where storms are firing up just to the south of Louisville near the Bowling Green area. Here's a look outside right now. We're seeing cloudy skies. Temperatures are in the 80s and 90s. 95 Somerset, 93 Monticello, 94 in Manchester, 90 in Hazard, 77 in Prestonsburg, 78 in Pikeville. The next 12 hours keeps temperatures in the upper 80s by the 7 o'clock hour, 79 by 1 a.m., 77 by the 7 o'clock hour. I'll have your first alert forecast coming up in a few minutes. Madison.
All right, Eric, thank you. Independence Day celebrations are happening throughout the country. That is the same here in Perry County. WYMT's Amelia Lee was at the 4th of July celebration on Main Street in downtown Hazard.
Perry County celebrates the 4th of July in true small-town fashion, starting with a fish fry.
Our fire department have been cooking since 6 o'clock this morning. All of our maintenance people are working, all of the city hall people, all staff work. The city of Hazard is not off on the 4th of July.
A fan favorite this year, the first ever lawnmower race.
They bring their riding lawnmowers or push lawnmowers, whichever they want to do, and head on down the street.
I think it'll be fun and funny to watch people racing on lawnmowers.
Kids were able to decorate their bikes with red, white, and blue, parading down Main Street. After that was the long-awaited hot dog eating contest.
8 progressively gets harder, and 7 is where it gets like unbearable to eat anymore.
Waylon Combs, the youngest participant, came in second place, eating 9.5 hot dogs. The winner ate 10. Combs says just wait until 2025.
When I compete next year, it's over. Every time they have hot dogs for lunch, we're gonna go on a shortage because like practicing there.
It's a day to come together with the Perry County community.
It's just so much fun. You get to see people you only see once a year.
There's no use in going anywhere else when you can stay in Hazard, and fireworks and food and just a lot of fun.
The festivities continue tonight with multiple concerts starting at 7. In Perry County, Amelia Lee, WYMT Mountain News.
Fireworks have been postponed tonight in Hazard and will be happening on Saturday night. You can continue celebrating Independence Day in Pikeville with Children's Parade starting at 7, a magic show at 7:30, and fireworks happening after dark. The city of Jackson is celebrating the 4th with all kinds of activities and events, including a turtle race. Bring your own turtle, of course. Kids line their turtles in the middle of a circle, then let them run free. The first to make it out is the winner. Josie Ritchie and her turtle, Chexter, came in 3rd place. She says she is impressed with Chexter because they only found him 2 weeks ago. This means they had to train extra hard. Ritchie says diet and exercise are key in turtle race training.
We fed him earthworms and apples and tomatoes, and then let him get out and then climb up the hill every day.
She says she didn't think Chexter would do well because he was going slow at first, but as we all know, slow and steady wins the race. As for their future in turtle racing, Ritchie is still deciding if she will keep Chexter or release him back outside. When you think of the 4th of July, many folks think of food, fireworks, and festivities. Now, some local emergency service workers are helping make sure you make it home safely if that food and festivities are also including alcohol. The London Fire and Police Departments will give free rides to individuals who are intoxicated to drive home, or too intoxicated to drive home. This comes in the hopes that people will not drink and drive and prevents any crashes that could come from those actions.
Because we don't want anybody to get out on the road with impaired driving or anything like that, because we don't want them hurt, we don't want them hurting anybody else. With that being said, our officers are still going to be out in force, looking for drunk drivers and getting them off the road.
Officials with the London Police Department say even if you only have one drink, do not drive and take them up on the services offered or ask a friend to give you a ride home. One popular way to celebrate the 4th of July in Kentucky is getting out on the water, but it's not without its risks. While there are some general rules everyone should be following to stay safe, some out on the water say they have rules for anyone who rides on their boat.
As soon as they get out of the car, my kids know they have to put their life jackets on, and they just know that we have to be water safe. With so many people out, we just try to have like one child per adult. We definitely try to like 1v1 our children.
Holly Wilson also says she makes sure to dress her kids in brightly colored swimsuits, and her children never go in the water alone.
Thunderstorm chances are starting to dwindle down across eastern Kentucky, but we're not out of the woods yet. We'll talk about that coming up in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes.
A win 40 years in the making. How one man is celebrating his latest win.
Visit